You're awake?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So let me just start by telling you where I came from, because a lot of times, a lot of people think that the veterans here just came in, we were born good, right, into the business. No, we had to go through being bad first before we were good, and good before we were great, and great before, we're as good as we are right now, right? So we still make mistakes from now and then, but it's not as big of a hiccup as not being able to set that appointment. So why do we want to set appointments? Because we want to make what? Money. But the money is in the qualified appointments, okay? Unless you're securities licensed, working with the bigger net worth clients like Sheila, Samir, Matt came up and talked about, right? And you're securities licensed, then that's different. But everybody in here should be setting up qualified appointments. So why a qualified appointment? That's where the market is. If you have a business like a hair salon, you're not going to target people with no hair, are you? So the money is not there. So the money is not there. You're trying to talk to an 18-year-old kid who is not financially mature. Does that make sense? It's different if I have Erica here who just turned 21 and her grandfather, both her parents are all clients and they're making her start a plan. That's an exception. But when you talk about the most important skill that you will learn to get you there outside of earning referrals is getting all of the appointments set and knowing how to overcome the objections. So the only way for the trainee to understand the business is seeing the actual business in the field. When people go, I don't know if this is for me. Well, how soon would you want to figure that out, now or later? Right? Let's get into an appointment, give you one appointment, and I'll show you, and you'll figure out if you want to do this or not, right? And sometimes I work with somebody, and I have a client who actually led me to a recruit the other day, and that client came from a recruit that never got licensed. They took me to one field training appointment, and that field training appointment led me to all these clients over the last 10 years. Isn't that crazy? So you don't get that new recruit in the fields quick, right? You're not using your insurance policy like you should. So protect yourself by getting that training in there, and at least they'll figure out if they want to do this or not. But we earn our business through referrals, which I'll get to how to call those people. Now, if you want to be a great field trainer, because the money goes to all those people that know how to field train. Who wants to be a field trainer in here? At your job, if you have a job, doesn't your manager get paid more than you in the same hours that you work? It's because they have a little bit more skills and mental preparation to deal with the crowd that they deal with, right? The team they deal with. So in order to be a great field trainer, I believe you have to go through 50 qualified appointments. Whether by yourself or with your trainer, but once you get to 50, you'll be a great field trainer, okay? Great soloist, 20 QAs. Once you get to 20, right, count them down, then you'll know what you're doing, at least that, right, Joanna? And a great trainee goes through 10 QAs. I'm not saying you're going to be solo dolo, right? But you have a lot more confidence talking to somebody than if you didn't go through them. So, and remember this, if you want to be a trainer, you want to set the QA. I never want to set appointments. I never want to make the call, right? Because if I don't want to make it, I know Nancy doesn't want to make her calls, right? So if you don't make calls, how are you going to attract a team who's going to make their calls? The trainee never wants to set the QA. So as a trainer, as a leader, our responsibility is to nudge that trainee and force them to set the appointment. Okay, Erica? So, do's and don'ts really quick. So, set your week up before the blitz. So I was taught this from when my income was only at $1,500 a month to $2,000 a month. The way that I got to writing 10 grand a month of premium is learning this. Setting up at least 5 appointments by Wednesday night for the following week. And once Saturday came, all I did was had to confirm the appointments during the blitz. Isn't that much easier than scrambling around, right? Now if you didn't set your 5, at least have your list ready to make the call so you're not scrolling down your phone like this, like, you know? A lot of people look like this. You don't want to look like that, right? Especially when you have a team looking at you. Do find out if they're a 4 or 5 pointer. This is especially when you're a referral. Sometimes you're calling a referral and that came from a client who said, oh, this person would be interested. They said they're interested. But sometimes you find out they have medical issues. They're not working, right? So you want to be smart about that. Don't ask when can you meet, but do give 2 alternative choices. I have Thursday or Friday available. Which day is better for you? Okay, Thursday, 6 or 8 p.m., right? So that way they feel that they control the conversation, they control the schedule with you, while anytime that they pick still works for your schedule because you're the one giving the options. Make sense? So if you're training, if Eddie picks up the phone and he sets up an appointment, right? He'll set it up throughout the week for the following week, but on Saturday I'll call and say, and courtesy call that person. Because sometimes you guys as trainees, you're still learning, and that person you're calling knows you personally, so in their mind they can BS you, but they're not gonna BS your manager. You get what I'm saying? So when your manager, aka your trainer, calls, they're a little bit nervous to make Robert look bad, right? They're like, oh shoot, this is for real. Oh, he was serious, right? Hey, good afternoon. Can I speak to Sharon? Hey Sharon, this is Jennifer Lee, regional manager who works with Robert Reeder. Do you know him? Perfect. I was just calling to confirm that you and your spouse were on schedule to help him with one of his field training appointments on Sunday at 5. Is that correct? Okay, great. Did you receive the email? Awesome. We'll see you then. And I just confirm it just to make it solid. And that's how I can make sure that these guys know how to count their money throughout the week. Don't you want a steady paycheck, right? A consistent paycheck, not steady? So don't ask, can you still meet? So let's talk about the trainee really quick. There's a couple ways that I help the trainee learn to set appointments. The best way is if they set it themselves and you're right there with them, okay? Versus they're by themselves, they're looking at the script, they're thinking about all these things like what if, right? So for the trainee, this is old school here. When I came in, I was taught to just say this and pass the phone to my trainer. Because if you're going into war, would you rather the lead sergeant lead you or the newbie, right? So you don't want to shoot your new recruit by making them make the call by themselves. Be there with them. So if Erica's calling me, right, or Erica's calling Daniel, and Daniel's her uncle, right? Daniel's a single dad. He's got 5 kids, right? And I'm the trainer. Erica, you're gonna read this out loud really quick, okay? You're gonna call your Uncle Daniel, all right? Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, I was just calling to ask for a favor. I just started working with a financial company and I'm really excited. I'm in training and need some of your help. I want you to see what I'm doing so you can refer people to me. My trainer is with me. Can you speak with her for 2 minutes for me, please? He's gonna give you more details.
Okay.
Good job, Erica. So, is that pretty simple? Not difficult, right? What is difficult is if your trainer's telling, and now I'm talking to the new people, if your trainer's telling you, and this is your first time setting an appointment, and I say, hey, Alex, read exactly how it is. And Alex goes, hey, I was calling, I just started working with Prime America, and I'm offering you life insurance and investments, I'm getting my license, and I just want to see if you want to, get something better than what you have. That is not in the script, right? You're gonna get a complete no. It's not because of you as a person. We know you're a good person, Alex, right? But if you wanted to be a rapper today, and you told your uncle you want to be a rapper, how would he look at you? You are a server in his mind. You are not a rapper and you're not a financial advisor. Does that make sense? So the triangle office is what I just did with you guys, because now from the trainee passing the phone to me, right, talking to Daniel, that's why we call it that triangle office. So when she passes the phone to me, this is what I say. Hi, Daniel, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. So I help run a financial education company in Tysons Corner, Virginia. We always have an office in DC. And Erica just started working with us. I'm really excited for her to be a part of our team. I'm sure you can tell me a lot of great things about her, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. She'll be getting licensed and has to undergo 3 types of trainings. The first one is licensing that DC provides, licensing through the state of, or through District of Columbia. Secondly is classroom training, which we do in our office. Last but not least is field training. This last method is the most important for Erica's training because it allows her to see real life situations. In our office, we like to say 20 hours. In the classroom, it's like 1 hour in the field. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
Awesome. So would trainee have enough credibility with you where you could help her with 1 field training appointment?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Now, let's say Erica doesn't know, right, that he is married, but you don't want to set it up as a one-legged appointment. I didn't put this on here, but write this down. You want to be really non-intrusive and non-aggressive. It's funny for me to say that, right? Because I'm naturally aggressive. I had to learn this, guys. Okay, if I had to learn it, you guys are much better than me. So if I got to get on the phone and I go, Erica, hey, before we call this person, is Daniel married? Say, I don't know. You don't know, you haven't talked to him in a while. You don't know if your uncle's married? Okay, we'll figure it out, okay? Just pass the phone to me. So I get down here and I go, hey, that makes sense, doesn't it, Daniel?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if I can ask you this, not to intrude in your personal business. Erica is going to be working with a lot of married couples in the future, so I want to prepare her in the best way. May I ask if you have a significant other at all that she can get double credit with, or is it just kind of you where we can just give half credit?
I have a significant other.
You're supposed to be a single dad.
Single, I'm all in.
Daniel's got a pretty face, you gotta use it better for prospecting. He's got a lot of prospects, man, a pipeline, just joking. So would she, okay, great, would she have enough credibility with you and your significant other, where you can help her with a field training appointment?
I can help her with the field training for it.
Okay, perfect. What training entails is we would need about 30 to 40 minutes of your time, so she can go over information and concepts that she'll be learning, right, on a repetitive basis. This will be done on Zoom. In order for Erica to get the best training, we need both you and their present, you and your spouse there present, so that she can get the full credit and ask any questions so she can learn how to answer them. Is that fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Awesome. Don't be too hard on her, okay? Great. She is scheduled for field training on Sunday and Monday. Which day works better for you and your significant other?
We're gonna go with Sunday.
Okay, Sunday at 5 or 3?
We gotta take care of the kids, gotta drop them off, gotta get them out of there, 5.
5? Okay, great. I'll send you a confirmation email. What is your email?
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 at gmail.com.
Yeah. And now here's another trick, right? And while Samir's talking about me setting solid appointments, I used to suck, guys, at setting appointments, so it's okay. But I figured out how to overcome certain things that would have came later. So who has ever heard the person on the other line say, hey, I'll text it to you? The email.
Mm-hmm.
When you hang that up, right? Do they ever really text you immediately all the time? No. How many times have you said, hey, I'll send you it when I get off the phone with you, whatever it is, to your friend? Don't you get busy and forget about that text you're supposed to send?
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with you or the trainee, it's just human nature, right? So to prevent that from happening, if Daniel goes, hey, can I text it to you? This is textable?
Can I text it to you when I get off the phone?
Yeah, you can. However, I have a pen on me right now. I can actually just write it down,
Okay then, all right.
right? That's it. Pretty easy?
Yeah.
So, character reference text is another way. So, again, there's 3 ways I'm going to go through this, okay? So that was the first way. The first way was triangle offense. And this works best actually when your person's in front of you, not on Zoom. If I'm doing a work session with Hai and he's my trainee, it doesn't work the same, right? I've tried it, put it on speaker, then the trainee loses connection, now they're getting killed by the person, right? Mentally. So that's triangle offense. I believe this is the best way, because the next way, we have to wait for the person to actually pick up the phone, but that's fine. If they don't answer, the phone from the trainee, if Erica calls her Uncle Daniel and Daniel doesn't pick up, right? I'm gonna have Erica send him a text, and this is what it's gonna read in a 3-way group message with me, by the way. So the group message is gonna have the trainee, me, and Daniel, and Erica sending the message to Daniel. Hey, Uncle Daniel, I just started working with a new company and listed you as a personal character reference. Please say great things about me and expect a call from Jennifer Lee at 202, so on. Thank you. And Daniel's gonna be like, oh shoot, her manager's on here, right? Gotcha, honey, right? No problem. When is she gonna call? Right? But sometimes when I call Daniel, he may not pick up right away. I may have to call 2 or 3 times. So just to kind of cut to the chase and cut time, I'd rather Erica just pass me the phone. Does that make sense? And what does it do when Erica passes me the phone and she's nervous? She doesn't even want to call, right? She doesn't want to do the talking. So she's going to pass me the phone and she sees me set it up like easy, buttery, warm market. And now all of a sudden, how much is her confidence gone up? We just ripped the Band-Aid off, it doesn't hurt as much, right? Or at all. So if she sent that message and I have to call separately, I still prefer to call in front of Erica, but if I have to do it sooner than later, this is the conversation I'm gonna have with the person to kind of see who I'm dealing with, right? And a lot of times this is actually pretty good. At first, I didn't think that this was gonna give me an insight of who I was dealing with, but one time I called this 18-year-old kid's mom, and she didn't know anything about Primerica. She didn't even know anything about what he was doing, if he even went to an interview. She immediately goes, I don't even know why you guys would hire that kid. He is irresponsible. responsible. I was like, whoa, right? No, seriously, true story. I was like, I didn't even know what to say. I'm like, thank you, man, for your character reference. We'll be in touch, right? But so, wouldn't you want to know that sooner?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've dealt with peak trainees that lie. I mean, I had a guy that said I finished all my 8 chapters on You Can Pass in 3 days. I'm like, for real? I go on Recruit Manager, lie. Nothing, 0% time, right? Okay, so this is how I catch you who I'm dealing with. So let's say Matt put a reference down. He sends a message to Eddie, his brother, single dad, whatever, right? I call Eddie. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Okay. Hey, is Eddie there?
Yes, this is Ben.
Okay. Hey, Eddie. I am calling in reference to Max. Do you know him?
Oh yeah, man, real good dude, solid dude.
Okay, awesome. So Matt just started working with my company and listed you as a professional and personal character reference. Do you have a couple minutes to talk?
Sure.
Awesome. So since he listed you as a personal reference, how long have you known him and how did you meet each other?
Blah, blah, yeah, 5 years.
Speak up,
So
speak
yeah,
up.
5 years,
Okay.
a couple months, a couple days, a couple hours.
Okay. And how did you meet him?
Walking down the street, walking my dog, and
Oh.
yeah.
So this is you're his
Or
brother.
is my brother?
Yes. This is Exhibit A. Okay, attention. Say what's on your Let's start over. How do you know him?
Oh, he's my brother, you know.
You just
sure.
found out you were his brother.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little about him, like his character, his demeanor, work ethic?
Oh, very quiet dude, always gets work done, you know, just keeps to himself.
Okay. Awesome. Now, if they say a lot of things about the trainee, that's a good thing, right? If they blabber off, I know I'm setting the appointment with them. If they're like short, sweet, right? Then it might be a little fight. So I don't know if you had a chance to speak to Matt about what his work will entail here, but he'll be teaching financial education or literacy to families in the community. So we're in the financial industry, and he may be handling large sums of money sooner or later and taking personal information from our clients. Do you feel that he has a lot of integrity in that area?
Yeah, man, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, awesome. So he's getting licensed through the District of Columbia and has to go through some training before he can get certified. There are 3 types of trainings that he will undergo. The first is licensing through the state. The second is classroom training, which we can provide at our office. And the third is field training. This last method is the most important because it allows him to see real life situations and navigate his practicing his presentation. We like to say 20 hours in the classroom is like 1 hour in the field. That makes sense, right? So he has to go through the same presentation 10 times with 10 different parents. Would he have enough credibility with you where you would help him out by being one of his field training appointments, as long as it was over Zoom one of these days?
We'll see what now.
Okay. What that entails, and we'll make it easy by emailing you the Zoom invitation. Matt will have an opportunity to practice some information and concepts for about 35 to 45 minutes. All we ask for his best training is that you're there and on time. Ask him a lot of questions. Is that fair enough?
Yes.
Awesome. So the soloist is something that I'm not going to have time to go over, but I think most people have seen this. It's a longer version of Feethor, and if you're a trainer, do not let your trainee do this by themselves, right? It's just, I'm excited, and it's a longer version of knowing how to just set it up on your own. It's the trainer script with the new person script all together, basically, okay? So, but this is very important here. So I feel like a lot of people forget how to confirm appointments. And last thing I'll mention is when people don't have a appointment, it's either a will issue or a skill issue. Either you're willing to set appointments or you suck at setting appointments, okay? And that's okay. But wouldn't you rather have a guaranteed appointment to happen? And even if you do this, write this down. 50% of appointments will happen. 50% of appointments you set will happen. That's why you want to double book a 6 and 8 p.m. The 6 may happen, the 8 will not. Ring, ring, ring. I'm calling Daniel.
Oh.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Daniel. This is Jennifer Lee. I'm just calling to thank you again for being one of my field training appointments. Did you get the email for Sunday at 4?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. See you and your wife then. Thank you. That's it. I'm assuming he's going to do it, right? Because my uncle just said I'm going to support you. I don't want to say, are you still doing it? Guess what that gives him the option to do?
Say no.
And that's why you don't have appointments happening, right? Because you're scared, you know, whatever's happening. So that's how I just set appointments. It is not that difficult, guys. Just sure you set it as a training appointment. If you're calling referrals, you can come to me directly because we didn't have time to go over that, or I can train on that next week. Okay? All right, guys.